Okay, so Mum's met this guy, Roger.
And he's got these 3 kids.
David, Felicity and Robbie.
And they're incredibly stupid and annoying.
Unlike Mr. Brainbox here, who decided to make sure they didn't end up as our stepbrothers and sister by telling them Dad was a dangerous criminal.
It's a really good story.
I'm sure the police would have been entertained by it if someone had got their head sawn off.
Yeah, well, that was an accident.
Accident? You couldn't butter a piece of toast without starting World War III.
That's not true.
Joe! Roger's a really nice bloke, but...
You're not going to dive in head first and get married just like that.
I mean...
One day at a time.
Quite. I think I'd better keep my hands on that for the moment.
But you are just a little bit in love with them, aren't you? Go on, admit it.
Well, maybe just a little.
Oh, time to feed Mr. Squeezy, I reckon. Are you a little bit in love with him? Oh dear, my watermelon and horse-dung moisturizer's running out again. Does my bum look big in this?
Come on, stop wittering and give me some lunch.
Fancy snap myself, actually.
You don't want to get involved just because you're on the rebound, do you?
Is that when someone takes a corner, it hits the post and you score with a header?
No, you prat. It's
Yeah.
Walk with the devil?
Pooh, too big.
Hi! Watch out for the rebound.
What shoe size are you?
12s? Why?
No, Roger seems like a very nice bloke. I'm sure he'll make your mother very happy.
He's moved in.
It's a bit sudden, isn't it?
Well, he hasn't moved in.
Meaning?
Well, I persuaded him to try on these rollerblades that I borrowed from Tracy at school.
And?
Well, he'd never tried them before, and package was wandering across the drive, and he ended up somersaulting into the garage door. And now he's got a slipped disc and he's sleeping on a plank in the spare room.
Yes, I know you need the ceiling redoing before Aunt Beryl's wedding reception. No! Your father is 83 years old. Get him down off my stepladder right now. OK. Look, I'll send a couple of blokes round in the morning, all right?
And David, Felicity and Robbie?
Staying with a neighbour. The last time they stayed there, Robbie played tag off ground in the bathroom and ripped the sink off the wall.
And what with their mum being in India?
Now, packing them off on a plane to Goa, that is an attractive proposition.
So, they're going to have to come here.
I was getting round to asking you about that.
I don't suppose you could leave David in charge at home, could you?
Right. So while your little brother was sticking this metal coat hanger into the electrical socket, you and your mate were...
I was mending this motorcycle petrol tank on the lounge carpet.
Right.
Probably not a very wise idea.
Well, I better go and break the thrilling news to the little ones.
Can't we, like, make them all stay in the spare room with Roger or something?
No, we cannot. And in case you've forgotten, I've spent 3 hours in their company, during which they behaved impeccably, whereas you managed to cause a near-fatal riot. So we are going to do our best to make them feel welcome and at home. And you...
Yeah.
Look, if you object that much, perhaps you should just go and sleep in the garden. That'll be them.
Chin up, kiddo.
That's it, I'll camp in the garden.
In your tent?
Well...
The one that you and Toby spilled baked beans in, which went till ferry and Dad put in the shed and no one's touched since?
Yeah.
Joe! Emily!
Now just try to be nice about it, OK? For Mum's sake. You like Roger, don't you? It's not his fault he has hideous children. Come on.
Wow! Well, don't stand there like lemons, you two. Help this lot sort themselves out.
And you can keep your feet off the furniture if you don't mind.
Hi, Emily. Hi, Felicity. Come on, I'll show you upstairs.
Ooh.
We're in your room.
What do you mean we?
Me and Pogo's my invisible friend.
Jane?
Well, don't just sit there. Get a cloth from the cupboard next to the sink.
Come on, it's upstairs.
Oh, Em, I've got to be off in 15 minutes. I've taken that big tub of lasagna out of the freezer and there's loads of salad stuff in the bottom drawer of the fridge.
Yeah, OK, don't worry. We'll sort it out.
Don't use that. Don't use mops on the furniture.
How was I supposed to know?
Common sense. You better get it clean because you're sleeping on it tonight.
On the sofa?
Yes, that big, soft, cushiony thing you were sitting on.
Catch.
I'm going out.
We are going to do our best to make them feel welcome and at home.
This is my desk, and you're not allowed to touch anything on it because it's got my stuff all over it and you'll break it.
That's all right. I'll do my models on the floor.
And this is Mr. Squeezy's, my pet boa constrictor.
Wow!
And this is my computer, and you can't use and get biscuits and drinks and stuff anywhere near it.
Let's take Mr. Squeezy out and show him to Felicity. and really scare her.
Get out of there, Mr. Squeeze doesn't like it.
Ouch!
You're so stupid.
I only poked him a bit. Is he poisonous?
Yeah. You swell up like a football. Then you go black. Then your head bursts. And then you die.
Dad!
Now that tasted a lot better than mouse.
This is really nice. I've always wanted a room like this. My room at Dad's is really boring and tiny. Hey, look at all these.
Felicity.
This is so cool. Oh, I love this one. And hey, this is just such a you colour. We're going to have so much fun together. I don't have anyone at home to talk to about clothes now.
Felicity.
What?
Just slow down a bit, okay?
Sorry, I'm just so excited Can I help you cook supper? I love cooking, but Dad doesn't really let me do much at home. I like doing cakes best, ones with icing on and cream in the middle, and using that bad thing to squeeze to make the icing.
Believe me, I'm a nurse. You're not going to die. Fiddlesticks, I'm late. OK, Robbie, you better come with me. You're going to need a tetanus jab. I'll send you back in one of the hospital cars, OK?
What's a tetanus jab?
It's this injection they give you with this huge needle in the eyeballs.
Here, slice these.
Do you like horses and ponies?
Not a great deal.
I was just wondering because I like them, and I'm saving up to buy a horse, and I go riding every weekend at these stables, and I've got my own special horse, and he's called Fluff. And you could come and ride with me if you wanted.
That's very kind of you, but it's really not my kind of thing.
Have you got a boyfriend?
No, I haven't got a boyfriend.
You should have a boyfriend. I bet loads of boys fancy you.
Maybe I don't actually want a boyfriend.
Yes, because friends are much better than boyfriends anyway, aren't they?
Maybe I spend most of my time surrounded by pimply little 15-year-olds with a mental age of 6.
Yes, because girls grow up much more quickly than boys do, don't they? I mean, even though you're 15, you actually look much older than David, and he's actually 16, which is a year older.
Stop!
What?
Just wait here, okay?
Where are you going?
I'm going to strangle that girl. What did you do wrong?
I was just immature and unpleasant. You know, like I usually am. Look, I found my top.
This is nice.
What is?
Me, you, silence, listen.
I've done the salad and I've put it into that really nice floury bowl. And I think the lasagna's still got another 10 minutes to go. And I was going to lay the table, and do you think we could use those
Hi.
napkins in the drawer by
Hang
the
on a
sink?
second.
Because they're really nice.
Felicity, just get them out, okay?
Oh, yes, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's Felicity. Mum's gone out, so she's helping me cook supper. His kids, they've moved in, you know, what with Roger not being able to move anywhere. Sorry, Dad, I'm going to have to go.
Oh, well, have fun then.
I'll try and give you a ring later, okay?
Yes, OK, bye. Probably going to be just like Roger, aren't they? Charming, amusing and polite. And they're probably going to get on with Joe and Emily like a house on fire.
I must say, this smells absolutely delicious, Emily.
That's very kind of you.
Joe, could you pass the salt, please?
Why, of course, Felicity, no problem.
We'll go blackberry picking after supper.
What an excellent idea.
As long as we're back in time for one last game of blind man's buff before Coco. Don't blow your nose on that, stupid.
Save some for Robbie.
Unless he's dead, of course.
Don't be horrible. And you better save some for Pogo, too.
Who's Pogo?
Don't bother asking.
Just put smaller helpings on 2 plates, you know, so we can pretend it's for Pogo.
Right.
Hey, put that down, it's mine!
Sometimes I reckon I'm the only sane person in this family.
You're so disgusting!
Oh, no, look what you've done!
I just love that T-shirt. It's so cool.
Schoolgirl crush.
Just shut up.
Crush.
It's not a crush.
Crush.
It's not.
Crush.
No.
Crush.
No.
Crush.
No.
Crush.
No.
So, Robbie finally gets in about 10:30 when he's brought back from the hospital. And I get to sleep about 2 hours after that because there's something seriously wrong inside the kid's head.
And Mum was really into crystals and doing people's star charts, but Dad wasn't really into that at all. He was more into putting up shelves and plastering, so they didn't really have much in common. And Mum used to go off on holidays every year with these friends to Wales, and they'd live in teepees, and she was a vegetarian. And Dad used to
And
like
I get to
steak,
sleep about an
chips,
hour
and
after that
and
because
Mum said
Felicity
that
could
was
talk the
really
hind legs off
and
a
I'm
whole
in
herd
Liverpool,
of
she's done a
donkeys.
really balanced kind of person.
Except when she finally does nod off. She talks in her sleep.
Ride on, Fluff.
Which I should have expected, I suppose.
Good boy.
I don't care. I'm not letting you stay in my room when I'm not there.
But Pogo's
Yeah, well, I'm sure
stealing.
an imaginary mouse can't do that much damage.
Oh, he's not imaginary. He's invisible.
Whatever.
Oh.
It is a 6-foot-high blue mouse. You're only dreaming. Just close your eyes and try to go back to sleep.
Morning. Oh, hi, Mum. How was your night shift? Thanks for asking. It was fine, thank you. Someone threw up over my shoes and a small boy got a chopstick jammed up a nostril. Emily, what's wrong with you?
She talks about horses, she talks about cooking, she talks about clothes, she talks about boyfriends. She talks when she's eating, she talks when she's having a bath, she talks when she's watching television, she talks when she's brushing her teeth, she talks in her sleep.
Here we go again.
Joe told me I talk too much, but he's just jealous because you and I are friends, and we've got loads to talk about because you're a girl, and I'm the only girl at home. I mean, Dad talks to me, but David and Robbie are only boys, and Robbie's too young to talk, and David doesn't have conversations with people. But you and I, we can talk about dresses and...
I thought I told you about this.
I wasn't even in my room.
Oh, and I suppose it flew into that mirror of its own accord, did it? Why are you putting that tent in the washing machine?
Joe was right. Camping in the garden is an excellent idea because if I don't get out of this house soon, I'm going to kill that girl.
Right. Full load, heavy soil, skip the fabric conditioner.
Perfect. Bliss.
Oh, camping!
24 hours and then Dad's. I just have to grit my teeth and avoid braining her with a rolling pin.
Here they come.
Don't do that in the house or you'll break something.
Nip it, knock up and fine!
Hey, Leia!
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Ow!
David! Told you!
Hiya, can I come in?
No.
That's all right, I'll come back later then.
How about Christmas 2006?
Go away. Ah! Roman villa for Mrs. Khan at school. Because the Romans were brilliant. And they invented proper roads and had these gladiator fights where they fought to death in these stadiums in front of huge crowds. And they invented central heating and made these amazing buildings with marble columns and stuff. Coming!
Marble columns and stuff. And what do we get? Some wobbly shack made out of old toilet roll and... What is this?
Cut up bits of cornflake package, I think.
And not so much as a chariot race, let alone a decent gladiator bout.
Remember Glaucon?
The nifty Greek bloke. Big moustache, biceps like grapefruit.
What a mover, eh? Brains at his feet. Duck and dive, fake left, dodge right, up the outside and oof, big pointy fork up the rib cage. Magic.
So after supper, we all sat down to watch.
Full fathom fear, where death has fins.
This was a bit Yawnsville, really.
Hi, Lisa. I've had better weeks, let's put it that way. Joe, get that, you fat lump.
Oh, I was watching that. Well, I'm older than you, so there.
That's Felicity. She's driving me up the wall. She refuses to leave me alone. The girl's like a talking barnacle.
Oh, my goodness, you'd think she had wings. A double-back somersault. I don't think that's ever been done on ice before.
I'll go and tell Roger you're here.
Oh, hi, Jim.
Hi, Fliss. Just needed a chat with your dad.
Is this Mr. Avocado bathroom suite again?
Hang on a tick.
Yeah, we put the bidet in this time, but Tony got the hot and cold the wrong way round, so Mr. Avocado bathroom suite got a bit of a shock and he's threatening to take us to court.
Sorry about that. This guy's just come in. He must work for Roger.
Well, what are you doing in the kitchen then?
Well, I can't tell you about him if he's standing in front of me, can I?
Forget about telling me. Get back into the living room.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your friend Felicity?
Oh, yeah. Jim, this is Emily.
Hi.
Hi.
Roger's just going to see me. He's in the spare room.
Oh, right. Thanks.
And that's a 9.2 from the Saudi judge. Bit of a shock for Belikova, I suspect.
What's up with her? Oh, ice skating.
I think she fancies Jim.
Who's Jim?
That man seeing Dad's stupid.
But how do you know
it's called a woman's intuition.
Right. Emily fancies Jim. Emily fancies Jim. Emily fancies Jim. Emily fancies Jim.
Well, they can't sue you for an accidental icy cold blast of water up the backside, so we should be safe.
I presume you're not on for the usual five-a-side at the weekend?
I'm afraid not. You should ask Emily. She runs rings around me.
Emily fancies Jim. Emily
Your brothers, eh?
Go on, ask her. She'll be delighted.
OK.
Thanks, that was very sisterly of you.
Emily
As for you, if I hear another squeak, I'm going to turn your face into a pancake, OK?
Oh, sorry,
No, I'm sorry.
You scram. I was wondering whether you fancied a spot of five-a-side football at the weekend.
Well, I don't know.
It's only a kick around for an hour or two, really. Then a pizza at Fat Guido's. My sister will be there, so you won't be the only woman.
Hammond threw the grenades, dived over the balcony into the icy waters of the Burner River, and started the engine of the waiting jet ski before the explosion lit up the sky.
A date with Jim on Saturday. Oh, yes, 1-0 to me.
Was there a football theme here?
Five-a-side on Saturday at the Rec.
Very romantic.
Don't be such a wet blanket.
Can I borrow your hairdryer after I wash my hair in?
Of course you can.
Woohoo! See, Emily does like me.
Football? What's that when it's at home?
Well, it's like 11 men on each team, and you blow up this pig's bladder, and you kick it around. And the idea is to get it into this big net at the other end of the pitch.
So, like, no one gets killed?
Well, no.
No big forks?
No.
No thumbs down from the Emperor and whack, good night, Vienna?
Honestly, it's going to be the next big thing, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Give me Christians and Lions any day.
So, Roger's still laid up in the spare room, then? Bet he is. Scheming, conniving, interloping little one.
Yeah.
And, how are you getting on with his children?
Oh, they're horrible. I have to share my room with Robbie, and he's insane. He's got this imaginary friend who's a big blue mouse. He's probably in my room right now making a mess of things and spilling food into my computer. Oops. And he keeps on wanting to take Mr. Squeezy out, even though I've told him not to. And Felicity's in Emily's room, and Emily hates her because she talks all the time and she's a real pain.
Hi, I'm Emily.
And David's just gross.
Excellent. Excellent. And, how's Emily coping with all of this?
Oh, don't bother asking her.
4 days to go. 2 more here, back home, then Saturday.
Em, are you okay?
So, Thursday comes round and we go back to Mum's, and it's midnight, and I'm lying awake reading about how Romans used sponges on sticks instead of loo paper, and Emily's in her room dreaming about Jim.
Jim, I've hit my ball. Yes, yes!
David comes back from a night out with his mate Nosh, and he hasn't got a key. So he climbs over the gate and goes round the back of the house.
What was that?
Ride on, Fluff.
Emily's forgotten about David, so she gets this log we found at the beach and goes downstairs and hits this strange bloke climbing in through the back window, who isn't actually a strange bloke. I mean, it was David, and he is a bit strange, but...
OK. Since clearly none of you are amenable to reasoned argument, let's try bribery.
I'm offering one of these to everyone who can behave like a halfway decent human being for the next 3 days.
Oh, brilliant!
Which includes not shouting at 3:30 in the morning.
Trot on.
Joe lost his 5 about 7 picoseconds after he woke up.
Yo! Breakfast tally!
Oh,
How was I meant to know you on the sofa?
Because this is where I sleep, thicko.
Give me a long holiday in the West Indies now.
David lost his 5 by hitting Joe.
Well, I'm never allowed to eat my breakfast in bed.
Wind your neck in, you whingy little...
Felicity lost her 5 by turning the furniture in the living room into a show jumping course.
Oh, yes, 2 fences to go. It looks like it's going to be yet another clear round and a gold medal for Felicity Smart on Flynn.
And having rather an expensive fall at the last fence. Robbie lost his by eating the last 3 of Mum's favourite peach yoghurts, which he denied. But we found the empty pots in Joe's room and Joe hates the stuff. And I lost my £5 because Joe had no reason for behaving anymore, so he started singing
Emily fancies Jim.
again.
Emily fancies
And I thought, stuff it, it's worth a £5. But hey, who cares about fivers when you're playing football with Mr. Drop Dead Gorgeous the next day?
Is that because he's going to drop dead with fright when he realises you fancy him?
That is not funny. Whoa, match day. OK, calm down. It's not the end of the world. It's a slot. Jim's probably had spots, and besides, he's a nice guy. He's not going to turn his nose up at you just for a silly reason like that, is he? No, it's going to be all right. It really is going to be all right.
Were the Romans around when there were dinosaurs? Don't be stupid. The dinosaurs were millions of years ago.
Yeah, you see, it's like evolution. You see, there's us, then there were Romans, then dinosaurs, then slime, then you.
Morning, everyone.
That is spectacular!
Oh, you poor thing.
Oh, hold on, I think Emily's behind it.
Did dinosaurs have spots like that? Jim would fancy Emily. Jim would fancy Emily. Jim would fancy Emily.
Jim's phone number, quick, it's an emergency.
469 885.
Thanks. Hello, can I speak to Jim, please? You mean he's left already? OK, thanks. Bye. Well, I'm going to have to make a run for it, OK? Now, if he comes around, just tell him I had to rush out, and if you dump me in it, your life will not be worth living, understand?
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm off. It's all right. Could be anyone. Postman, milkman, travelling salesman.
Oh, hi, Jim.
No, do something.
Like what?
Anything.
Hi, Joe. Here's Emily.
Sorry, she had to rush out somewhere.
But,
Oh, yeah, that's Dawn. She's staying with us for a couple of days. She's got agoraphobia. Doesn't like big open spaces, you know, football stadiums, supermarkets, kitchens. But in a bucket, it's more kind of comfy, closed in, you know?
it's Emily, isn't it?
Yeah.
What in the name of Zeus was that?
Well, it looked to me like a very large woman with a bucket over her head.
Could I possibly have a little bit of help here?
Maybe I've been drinking too much recently.
Well, what was I meant to do?
You made me look a complete prat and he probably never wants to see me again.
Well, at least he didn't see the spot.
The spot was the least of my problems.
Well, you smashed my Roman villa.
You've no idea, have you?
Oh, well, next time you've got some boyfriend coming round and you've got this huge boil on your face, I'll remember and say abracadabra and make it disappear in a